Wow, that is sick.
Maddie's tattoo has a lot of flaws. The hair looks like spaghetti, and he went so big, he's handing in an unfinished tattoo. He dropped the ball, and I couldn't care less, as long as I'm not the one going home.
You'll have 6 hours to tattoo a portrait of a groundbreaking political figure. Based on your work, one of you will close shop. Good luck.
So we got good old Bill. Think you can do him justice?
I think I'm going to adjust the contrast a little bit.
Doing portraits is my favorite thing, but with how this competition is going, I'm second-guessing myself.
I want to detail out pretty much like everything.
Sarah's gonna kill it. You'll kill it, you know you will.
I appreciate your confidence.
I know I can do this, but at the same time, when I think I'm doing something right, I'm getting knocked on it. So, should I trust my gut or not? I'm all over the place right now.
I'm freaking out. If I make one slip, I can't. I just can't. I can't just do like this straight portrait.
Holy dude, that's a complicated stencil.
Make sure no information is lost. All I can do is pray.
Did you see her stencil, dude? Sarah's? It's out of control, dude.
What's up, girl?
There's no room of error. There's no margin. Like, I can't not knock this out of the
Stencil
park.
is crazy.
I know, man. I can't drop the ball on this one.
What the is this crazy? Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
No wonder you're half crazy. When Sarah Miller is on point, she does world-class tattoos. But right now, it seems like she's not focused, and that makes me happy.
How's everyone feeling about portrait day?
To be honest, there's a lot of portrait people here. I don't do portraits because there's no artistic freedom, no artistic liberties. You got to just do what you see.
The last thing I want to do is see you come downstairs and be like, oh, canvas jury decided. Like,
I'm here to prove myself as an artist, not a human copy machine. I want to get through this tattoo and get to the next challenge so I can start getting on top of this game.
I'm trying to stay here.
It's gnarly this season, huh?
I can do this.
Hoping to come back from my lumps. Hopefully I'll be able to knock this out of the park.
Portraits are my favorite thing. This is where I need to shine, and I don't really see anybody it up too badly, except for Clean.
But you didn't do portraits.
I don't. I'm winging it. I'm flipping out right now. I don't do portraits. I'm normally pretty talkative, man, but I'm focused as a freight train.
I think we might be sending a vet home. Guess who?
Clean.
He's having a hard time.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I picked the hardest one.
Holy.
The cheeks on this guy are the same color as his black suit. This poor guy has a California raisin shaped like Bill Clinton tattooed on him for life.
Today, Jesse challenged you to tattoo a portrait of a political figure so well known that the tiniest flaw will be obvious. Jimmy. For precision, your Jefferson looks slightly angrier than the one in the painting. His left eye is a little bit more closed in yours than in the painting, and then the lips are a little bit more pursed.
What I think is lacking in here is shading coming around the top crown of the head. The actual hairline itself is a bit different. When we're comparing it directly to a painting, that's a problem for you.
Clean.
The details in the tie, the suit, and the hair are some of the best in the room. But you kind of lose that genuine look of his smile.
The shape of the mouth itself, Reagan has a bump on the bottom right side that really comes up, and you do it pretty straight. You put a really hard line in right next to the right nostril that gives the nose a different shape than what it looks like in the photo. But for a guy that doesn't do portraits, you definitely did a decent portrait here.
Sarah.
Your choices on technique of how to put this black in here got away from you. You lost the look of the character by him being too dark.
It's so black, but then you have these hyper-critical details in the creases in the face, the wrinkles, even the white highlights that you put around the inset of the eye that then makes it look more like a shiny piece of fabric than it does a soft facial feature, to the point where on a precision challenge, it is not precise.
Today, you had to show precision. Based on your work, one of you will be packing your machines. It's time to find out who the human canvas jury chose. Clean. You're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I find that hard to believe.
Kyle, why did the jury vote Clean to the bottom?
The human canvas jury thought that Clean made Ronald Reagan look older than he was.
I guess I should have given him a facelift.
I love the tattoo. I actually thought that the Bill Clinton tattoo was the bottom tattoo because it was so dark.
I can't believe you're even down here, man. Over burnt face. It's a great tattoo. The canvas jury.
If you're gonna show this much dark, you have to show that much light so that the contrast works.
Even if it is dark, there's a lot of precise details in this.
There's no fixing that. The face is as black as the jacket.
I'm surprised I'm down here.
I don't think you're down here wrongly. It definitely has sections of it that are just unfinished. The top of the hair. With an artistic eye, you know that you gotta finish that part up.
When I see Sarah's tattoo, I gotta figure out who that is.
Clinton sticks out the most to me. Today, my vote would be for Sarah to go home.
The judges have decided, Sarah, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Please pack your machines and close shop. All right, artists, James Vaughn challenged you to tattoo a Japanese dragon with water. You will have 6 hours to tattoo, and your time starts now.
Is the skin as bad as you thought it was?
Oh, the skin's bad.
Because I lost the weight, is that why?
Totally, it's been stretched out. I got the worst canvas of the day because the skin is so fragile. If I'm not careful, it's gonna swell up to the point where I can't tattoo it. All right?
Burns so bad.
It's not very fun.
Oh my.
Christian and Clean were clearly out to screw me. I'm a threat, and they're trying to take me out. So I appreciate you fighting through with this.
How you doing, buddy? Starting to get a little rough?
If it wasn't for the burn, I'd be straight, man.
Sausage is totally rattled. I almost feel guilty. Almost. I'm pretty sure Sausage is going to eat my face tonight.
Oh, is he angry?
Oh, he's beyond angry. Sausage should be feeling like a little kid because he's going to get spanked today.
How you holding up, okay?
Definitely a painful area to get a tattoo.
I got assigned the canvas that has the scar that runs up the back of his calf.
Trying to follow that line.
Now I have to take into consideration the way the scar is laid out.
That's why I tried not to put anything really heavy, just kind of shadow around it.
This is stressful.
Very.
What up, MJ?
Trying to keep it traditional. I knew Japanese Day would be hard for me. I studied koi fish, lotus, geisha, everything except for a dragon. So cool. I'm kind of shooting in the dark.
Let's take this last stab at it, okay?
Oh.
My canvas is really feeling the pain. He's kind of jostling around in the chair. This is not making it easy for me to do these really smooth blends that I need to nail.
God damn it. I got none left.
I'm screwed.
Sound like a rattlesnake over there.
I can smell death on Japanese Day. This is gonna be an absolute show murder fest. Everybody's freaking out, except for James. He looks fine.
I think I put enough scales on
I don't know if I'm gonna get this thing finished or not. Why did I put so many scales in this? I just want to saw my canvas's leg off and throw it straight at Chris Nunez.
That's amazing. Thank you, man.
The dragon is absolutely awful. There is not one redeeming quality about this tattoo. Sausage is going home, and I'm the boot that kicked him out the door.
Today, James Vaughn challenged you to the ultimate test of legibility, a Japanese dragon with water. Maddie.
The legibility is the issue because you have so many turns and so many twists that are not lining up. I don't know that I would have done the belly the same color because you're making it more camouflaged.
If I did do spines a different color, all of the mistakes you're pointing out to me would be emphasized. So what are you gonna do?
The weird section to this is the back hips that you did, just a tiny little tail coming out.
Jimmy.
This tattoo, it's all head. You're missing the strength of the body in the thickness.
If you do things too small, you're playing it really safe, and I didn't want to just go up there with like a little head.
Where this head could be more along the line of Japanese is making the beard full on the chin. Just with a stronger beard, it would be tougher. It's gonna look a lot better.
Megan Jean.
I think your design's rigid. You have a lot of different scale patterns going on in your tattoo. And it's a big thing that we see go really wrong here. Some of them will run a certain way, some of them have a certain distance, and you have really rigid water.
Japanese is not my specialty.
Water is something that is prevalent in more than Japanese tattooing. It's really rough when you see somebody that's a really high gloss tattooer not know how to do water or not know how to do scales.
Sausage.
The legibility of this tattoo is lost just in the way you shaded it. You put black right up to the edge of the dragon and then black right inside the dragon.
The problem with skin that has weight loss, it's much harder when it's deflated.
That being said, you do have some anatomy issues. The neck is so thick, and then you really taper down to this thin body. It makes it seem like the head is way in the foreground and the rest of the dragon's way off in the background. Your big downfall is the drawing.
Today, you were judged on legibility, and based on your work, one of you will be packing your machines. It's now time to find out who the human canvas jury chose.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Sausage, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. Ron, why did the human canvas jury vote Sausage to the bottom?
They said it was too dark, and that was it.
I'm sorry, Ron. This is not where I expected to see you
You
at all.
don't gotta be sorry about nothing. I was a bad canvas. It hurt.
He took some breaks, and we did the best we could.
I don't see this being a bad tattoo at all. I don't care what anyone says. I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Okay, Ron, thanks for joining us, buddy.
See you guys.
You have a nice standout head if you look at just the drawing, but you didn't do the right things in the shading of this tattoo to accentuate that.
I definitely have some shading issues.
When I see black tucked into whiskers like that, my immediate response is somebody was trying to cover up a mistake.
The scales are done well, the face is done well. It's not like I'm gonna go back upstairs and the bed. I'm gonna come back out swinging for the fences again.
If Sausage's tattoo walked into my shop, I would question whether that person knows how to tattoo.
But I do feel that mine was more legible.
I don't.
Megan, your tattoo, you have a lot of camouflaging. Your water is very similar to your dragon's beard.
I did the best I could with making sure I got black in the dragon to try and separate him out from the water. I was trying to hit the challenge.
You put the head where you put it, you put the body where you put it. It was your choices that made it hard to read.
Maddie.
You have kind of a weird over top of each other body thing that makes it hard to read where the body's going.
I get what you say about it being weird. It looks like a really nicely finished weird tattoo.
If you make it through, you gotta swing.
Jimmy.
Your head stands out as being legible, but doesn't really fall under the traditional Japanese style.
I think I hit a lot more of the challenge by doing my style of drawing than people doing more traditional of a drawing.
Jimmy, today is Japanese, and it's your job to know it. You gotta study for the test. If not, I gotta fail you.
Judges, it's time to decide who is going to be packing their machines. Of the four that are down here, Maddie's might be the most legible of the four.
Because the actual application is still appealing to the eye.
And Jimmy, I don't like the composition, but I can still see it. Are we talking between Megan, Jean, and Sausage right now?
Both have problems with legibility.
As far as the Japanese dragon goes, Megan, your execution's cleaner, but yours is really camouflaged. Sausage, I commend you for the application and for everything that went in, but the anatomy fails you.
Final decision.
Megan, Jean.
Damn. The judges have decided. Megan, Jean, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
Honestly, it was really, really close.
Megan, Jean, please pack your machines and close shop. You have 5 hours to tattoo head-to-head against your opponent. The two artists that lose will be eliminated. And your time starts now.
This tattoo is do or die. Maddie and I have some unfinished business. I don't think my moment of clarity could have come at a better time.
Sitting like a rock, that's awesome.
I'm gonna do anything I can to get the best tattoo out of you and make sure you don't go home.
That is not in the cards today, I tell you that. I'm a well-oiled machine. I am killing this tattoo.
6 textures I can count, 7 textures.
I'm gonna put so much texture in this thing that you're gonna be able to run your finger across the top and the zombie's gonna bite your finger off. Maddie, see you later. Bye-bye.
I gotta say, I think this particular challenge was a pretty gangster way to do.
I was pissed, but now I feel like at least I can get my head back into the game, and I'm gonna execute this tattoo to the best of my abilities.
I hate to be the judge on this one.
You want an anatomical heart with texture in it? I'm doing the most textured part that Ink Master's ever seen.
Today, each of you had to face off head-to-head with another artist. And based on your work, 2 of you will pack your machines. Sausage and Maddie, you tattooed color zombie faces head-to-head. Sausage.
My favorite parts about this tattoo is the depth you were able to capture, the deep inset of the mouth, the deep inset of the eyes. The texture coming in and out of the depth of these images really add to the effect.
There's some nice tricks. I like the blown out cataract looking eye. All the pits and the nasty little areas in the forehead are nice touches. You really do a nice job in the mouth and the tongue. Those little white dots give it that hint of life in the front, but really dark depth in the back. You guys are definitely a good match. You're 2 strong tattooers, and this is a great fight.
Jimmy and Clean, you tattooed photorealistic anatomical hearts head-to-head. Let's see how you did. Start with Jimmy. So Jimmy, why did you challenge Clean?
Honestly, I challenged him because I thought we were gonna do some drawing.
So when he chose the photorealistic anatomical heart,
That one was a bit of a shock, but I was like, oh, of all the stuff we could have picked, that's what you landed on.
I like your use of black in this tattoo in certain areas and less black in other areas that really make the different areas of the heart stand out.
I love what you did up in the fatty tissue area. The color combinations you used there, that icy blue with that weird off-tone, light, creamy color, it really has a great look.
Thank you, guys.
all right, guys, it's time to make a decision between Jimmy and Clean. They're both different takes on the heart. Jimmy's got a little bit more fatty tissue to the musculature. Clean has a little bit more of the veiny details and the wetness going on. I like them both a lot. They're both really strong. It's a tough one, man.
Two strong tattooers, but I feel like the black is what really sets off Clean's tattoo. Even outside the tattoo, I think that rich darkness makes his more dynamic on the heart.
The judges have decided, Jimmy, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
I do feel like I have what it takes to be Ink Master. I just don't have what it takes to play this game.
Fair enough.
It's an honor to have you come back and to allow us to sit where we sit and you do what you do. Nothing but respect and love for what you do and who you are.
Thank you.
Please pack your machines and close shop. It is time to determine between Sausage and Maddie which artist will be packing their machines. Both these guys knock texture out of the park. I actually see more examples of texture in Sausage's tattoo, but I like Maddie's tattoo better.
Yeah, his is really exciting, but man, I sure do like the idea that I just went balls to the wall with the texture.
You guys asked us for dynamic, creative tattoos. I came out tattooing with a Louisville Slugger instead of a tattoo machine. I did an awesome tattoo.
We have to vote on texture, obviously, but we also have to just go on best tattoo of the day. I see Sausage having more examples of texture, and I see Maddie delivering a more appealing tattoo.
It's glossy. One's muted down, the other one's just ramped up.
The judges have decided, Sausage, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
I respect all your work. You're a great fighter, and I know you're a great tattooer.
Please pack your machines and close shop.
I know I can win this face-off. That's why I voted myself to the bottom. I'm versatile, I'm determined, and I'm adaptable. If I take Jesse out of this competition, I'll be completing one of my goals of taking the veterans out one by one.
Well, they both got their game faces on. Should be an interesting matchup.
I'm not worried about competing with Anthony. He's an amazing artist for 5 years of experience. But I got 17. If I lose, then I didn't deserve to be here.
Anthony and Jesse, your teammates determined that you were the weakest. You must now face off for survival. You each been randomly assigned a canvas, and your canvases are completely open. The subject and style of your design is completely up to you. However, to prove your adaptability, you must draw your tattoo directly onto your canvas's skin, freehand. You cannot use any stencils, and you must draw from scratch with no reference.
Freehand and no reference? Jesse's made a name for himself being an illustrator and coming up with images off the top of his head. I'm screwed.
This is exactly what I need because I want to do something crazy. I want to do what I do. This is my comfort zone.
Guys, this is the ultimate competitive platform right here. This is right out of your brain, right onto the skin. Go at it.
Let's bring in your canvases. You have 6 hours to tattoo, and your time starts now.
Let's get it on!
Jesse Smith and Anthony Michaels could easily make it to the finale. One of them's not.
I specialize in little critters, rabbits, squirrels. I do the googly eyes and teeth.
These two tattooers have such a different background.
We can do like a traditional eagle or something.
That's cool.
And that'll surprise the judges because they wouldn't expect that.
Typically, experience is everything, but there are times where inexperience creates hunger and creates drive.
I know the judges wouldn't expect it either, but I'm gonna murder the
We'll have to see how Anthony does going up against a veteran that knows all the tricks.
I'm just drawing right now, seeing what comes out. This is the first time in this competition that I've got a piece of open skin to do whatever I want. I'm taking advantage of it.
I can't even figure out what Jesse's drawing. I can't either.
This tattoo right here is a game changer. If I win, then I've knocked Anthony out, one of the strongest competitors, and I have an easier path to the finale. I'm ready to show these guys what I'm made of.
I screwed up the American traditional clipper ship. I have to redeem myself. I'm tattooing a freehand eagle across the shoulder blades of my canvas. I'm out for blood. I'm creating something that's badass.
Ooh, damn. I think right now Anthony's balls might be bigger than his head. He wants to impress the judges, but I need him to maintain control so that we can make it to the end like we planned.
I would just really concentrate on making sure that they're just perfect to make sure it's just technically on point.
Everybody's helping Anthony out. Nobody's trying to help me out.
Make sure you do tough clubs.
I got 3 on top and then 1 on the bottom. They have 4.
Yeah, 3 on top, 1 on the bottom.
I'm not competing against one person on this tattoo. I'm competing against 5.
I'm pretty sure it's 3 and 1.
But you know what? Adaptability is being able to take a bad situation and make it good. My dad was in the Army. I grew up all over the world. I've had to adapt every time I've moved. I was always exposed to a bunch of different artists, and I pulled a piece from every artist I've ever met, and that's where my style comes from. Now I'm all alone, and I'm getting to do what I want to do. Anthony's in trouble.
Everybody's going to help Anthony because Jesse's tattoo is coming straight from his head. It's not going to be very easy to critique.
I think you should tell him I did an eagle because he eats little googly-eyed creatures.
Anything you say about it, he could just explain away in some imaginary fairy tale story.
This particular guy lives in the Creotic Sea, preys on skimperfish.
I don't know why Anthony's choosing to do traditional today when he doesn't do traditional. Maybe he's got a point to prove.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time is up. Machine's down. No more ink.
Woo! Down to the wire.
Good job, David. It's badass. You can't get a more different approach on each one, you know?
Pretty crazy, man.
Jesse was smart, doing something that he loves to do. Big-eyed, crazy creatures.
Your Muppet's got toofuses.
I don't know what the hell it is.
Well, they can't get you on anatomy because nobody knows what the that thing is.
But I think it should be way more saturated than it is. Jesse's supposed to be the color guy. Go figure.
Today, you faced off to prove your adaptability by freehanding your design directly onto the skin with no reference. Jesse, let's start with you. So what are we looking at here?
This is a Aka bunnyfish. It's pretty much straight from my head.
It's a very creative tattoo, definitely recognizable as your style of artwork, but at first glance, it's a little bit confusing, the way the body turns around the back and what's going on. Are those supposed to be stitches that are holding the thing together in the back?
Yeah, this particular character, he's been through some bad times. He relies on the pattern on the sides to attract other fish so he can have a meal for the day. It makes me sad to know that he probably won't last that long because he can't move like a normal fish.
Thing's crazy.
The nose, the fang, the little textures that really stand out strong, but there's some saturation issues, some muddy colors like the orange spots that look scratchy and unfinished, and there's some areas that I think could have been a little brighter instead of that pale yellow. Overall, it has a more muted, washed out feel.
Well, Jesse, there's no doubt about your creativity, but then looking at the consistency of the outline, you have a lot of different line weights. You have some areas where you get a little gray, or you have some thickness where it looks like you had to pick up in some spots. Overall, you did a really cool image. This is gonna boil down completely on both sides of the table to technicalities.
Anthony. This isn't really the most traditional eagle in the world.
I wanted that feel. I know there's so much more about traditional tattooing. There's so many rules involved. So I wanted to be a little looser, but keep some elements of traditional being the black, and I tried to simplify the design as much as I could.
But have you drawn a lot of these eagles?
No.
Drawing an eagle like this from memory, very risky. Just going from nothing and coming up with an aesthetically pleasing look, I think it's a great take. I love this outline throughout. Big, nice, crisp. But there's some questionable ways you did the feathers and the wings.
I didn't want the wings to look so uniform.
I shouldn't be able to see the feather lines go all the way to the base.
Where, to me, things get short is the color. I don't love the brown stripes off the yellow in talons and in the wings. It doesn't speak to me as powerfully as everything else in the tattoo.
What are you guys' thoughts?
It's not apples to apples.
Definitely taking a risk doing a style you're not familiar with. I think is a personal triumph for Anthony. I was happy to watch him swing for the fences on that one.
I see more hiccups on the eagle outline than that one. You know, everybody's like, it's just so crazy, but there's a science to doing what he does because there's 100,000 guys out there trying to do exactly what he does, but it doesn't work. So there is a right and wrong way to do a crazy character like that. When you look at that, you're like, that's Jesse Smith.
But then if you're creating a fantasy character, I have to look at the character and believe that it can function. Jesse's arm coming directly out from underneath the cheek didn't look like it functioned. And then the fin, I don't understand if that's on its back or if it's coming down a ridge or something.
I drew it all on, and as far as adapting from what I normally do, I drew with the tattoo machine while I was going. There was a lot of decisions I made that weren't on there when I started.
It's time to go to the judges here. Which artist is going home?
I feel like there's some technical problems with both these tattoos.
We all agree that both have some kind of anatomy issue. We all agree that some areas of each of the tattoo are light, where I would say that there's a gap would come down to outlines. Definitely Anthony's tattoo has a much stronger outline. Looking at it line by line, pass by pass, stroke by stroke, the finesse that's in that outline, that is what's really strong.
In terms of overall readability and maybe just taking it up a notch, Anthony may have stepped a little bit further out of his comfort zone. Final choice to go home. My final decision, Jesse.
Jesse.
The judges have decided, Jesse, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
Thank you for the second opportunity. I appreciate it.
Jesse, you do something that is really your own thing. But then the fact that you tell us a sad story about the fish means you're actually thinking it through, which is a true sign of an artist. But it came down today to the simplest part of the whole tattoo, the outline.
Please pack your machines and close shop. All right, guys, you have 6 hours to help your canvases make a fresh start by covering up a hate tattoo. And your time starts now.
Kick its ass. Got a couple of different options for you. My canvas wants a soldier's cross and a 6-pointed star to cover this thing up and pay homage to the people that she offended with the original tattoo. The soldier's cross is doable. However, I've got to do it at least that big. So I did one that I know will work, a World War II American Eagle piece. With the 6-pointed star, I know it's a totally different direction.
Get it.
Really?
Yeah, badass. Let's get it, man.
Luckily, she just wants to get rid of this swastika. She hates it, and she's willing to do whatever it takes.
Why did you get the Nazi tattoo to begin with? Is that a question you don't want?
Trying to fit in. Got mixed up with the wrong people and did a stupid move when I was 16. Been carrying that around for 20 years. I don't think I truly understood what it meant, and it disgusts me that it's there. I want to turn a negative into a positive. It's caused so much turmoil in my life. To have this thing covered up, man, that's almost surreal, you know?
Dude, that's cool. I'm glad I could be the one to do that.
Stoked, completely.
Still feeling it?
Oh, I ain't scared. I like doing cover-ups. I do big tattoos, and this is right in my alley.
I'm doing a huge dual arm cover-up. There's no room for lollygagging. It is balls to the wall from start to finish.
So what's the deal with the Confederate flag?
Oh man, 19 years old. I don't know if I really have an answer as to why I did it. Just thought it was a cool tattoo. It's much appreciated.
Trying to take care of you, man.
I'm a father of 5 kids. I want to be a better role model. It's time for the tattoo to go.
I think we got a winner, no problem.
Yeah.
Got some tricks to pull off. This tattoo isn't working out as good as I expected. There are a lot of wonky lines that are just popping up out of the blue. It is not covering the way I wanted to.
My goal is to make it look like a badass tattoo, even if it wasn't covered. And there's a couple spots that get a little bit rough.
I've never been to the bottom before, and I'm not ready to go now.
Did you go to art school or anything?
Nah, I'm a high school dropout.
Did you have a formal apprenticeship?
No, I did not. I got the easiest cover-up in the room, but I can't just do a little tiny zombie peeking out of the top of this guy's sock. So I'm doing a giant photorealistic tattoo, and I screwed myself.
Too big or go home.
There is not enough time in the world to do this tattoo.
Is art something you've always been interested in?
Yeah.
It's not helping at all. That my canvas is asking me about 1,000 million questions per minute.
What's the biggest thing that has improved your artwork?
Kept at it, honestly. Half of the battle is distractions. Why is the sky blue? Why do I have a beard? Why are boobs good? Shut up and let me tattoo.
I ain't ever gotta look at that ugly ass thing again, man.
It's a pretty tough looking tattoo.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, that is sick.
Maddie's tattoo has a lot of flaws. The hair looks like spaghetti, and he went so big, he's handing in an unfinished tattoo. He dropped the ball, and I couldn't care less, as long as I'm not the one going home.
Today, you had to show ingenuity by covering a hate tattoo. Clean. You actually did 2 cover-ups. Did you feel that was a disadvantage?
I mean, it wasn't easy. His arm's as big as my leg. And, you know, the tattoos that he has, just the flag itself is pretty good size.
Overall, man, it's a big, solid, saturated tattoo. Your ingenuity here was coming up with design that could get rid of both of these tattoos.
The upper jaw, if you just draw those teeth and then cover it with the fabric wouldn't pull directly back like that. It would stick out. But as far as the cover-up goes, you did this client a service. You had to cover up 2 tattoos, and I think you achieved it strongly.
Maddie, You got one of the
easiest cover-ups
one
on
of the
planet.
easier ones. What did you think when you got this one?
Well, I have to do another zombie, so I had to come up with something completely different, and hopefully I gave you guys something we haven't seen yet.
At first glance, this tattoo is very striking. I like the face, but man, this hair is just very weird, and it's just kind of markered in there. How many people are gonna guess hair out of that?
Looks like a sheep.
I mean, I don't know. Why would you put your hand right over the face?
The problem here is that it is massively unfinished.
Christian.
The first glance, this tattoo is very nice. I like the aesthetic. I like the big, simple approach. Just looking at the area to cover up, the eagle worked really well. There are a few areas on close inspection where you can see the old lines popping through the white, but that's better than just blackening out, making it more hard to see what's going on with the eagle.
You have some definite challenges in the eagle. Things that really give the eagle the power are going to be the talons in the head. You just did them too small. You want to lock them in and make it powerful and strong. It gets more of a turkey feel than it does an eagle feel. The other thing is, it's two different shaped wings completely. The one closest to us is a big fat square that doesn't have that strong taper, and then the back wing is right. It's got that long feel.
You've only got so much time to make every line work, and a lot of decisions I had to make on the fly to cover the straight lines going out. It is what it is, but that's why I did it.
But if you had the time to do the non-important flower, that time could have all gone into your main design of the cover-up. At this stage of the game, everything has to be tight because you guys aren't making big mistakes, so it's the little ones that get hit.
Today, you had a true test of ingenuity, a cover-up. Based on your work, one of you will be packing your machines. Now it's time to find out who the human canvas jury chose. Christian, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. January, why did the jury vote Christian to the bottom?
They thought that it was a little too simple for as far into the game that he is. He could have done what I asked for, a soldier's cross with maybe a good background.
The human canvas jury doesn't understand technicalities of tattooing. I don't believe that what she originally wanted was doable for that particular cover-up.
Compared to the other four, I just don't think it was as good.
I have not changed my canvas's mind once up until now, and because it was technically impossible for me to do.
I do love the tattoo very much.
I apologize if it wasn't what you wanted.
January, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Christian, a little bit more understanding of traditional shading. This tattoo could have been a lot better.
I still think I did a solid tattoo. I think it was technically applied correctly. I don't think I deserve to go home. Nobody wanted that one. And yeah, she's walking away and nobody knows what the is under there.
Maddie, the unfinished hair, that's almost as much as the entire center of finished tattoo.
It still looks enough finished with emotion, with dynamics, with great color palette, but I'd set myself up for greatness later on down the road.
A half-inch red stripe on anything doesn't make it better.
Clean did some kind of weird piano keys coming out of the side of a Darth Vader helmet, and that's okay, and I get to set it up for the future.
It's just picking your battles, man. It's picking your battle.
Clean.
I would have loved that more time. I mean, mine was, it's huge.
Aesthetically, I'm just not a fan of the overall piece. The helmet is bright baby blue on a tattoo that's supposed to be a tough biker tattoo.
It's a new school tattoo, and I'm known for doing big-ass tattoos.
I'm having a tough time, because I see a lot of problems with Christian's tattoo.
Yeah.
But Christian had a tougher tattoo to cover, and he showed a little more ingenuity.
For me, Clean's safe.
But Clean's got some weird baby blue bubblegum tough guy motorcycle helmet.
It would be totally unfair to be like, Maddie, you didn't finish, but we'll keep you anyways.
All right, guys, time to decide who's going home.
Maddie goes home for me.
My vote's for Maddie as well. The judges have decided, Maddie, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
Maddie, going as big as you went and having it unfinished saved Christian. Had you have done a portion of your tattoo, you'd be knocking Christian off today, and that's how this game goes.
Please pack your machines and close shop. Clean, James, there's only one spot left in the live finale, and it's all riding on this last tattoo. You have 6 hours, and your time starts now.
All right. We have a battle between Clean and James for the third seat in the live finale. James Vaughn is known for large-scale Japanese work, who can tattoo really fast.
I love how it follows up.
Clean Rock 1, a new school guy known for big, bold tattoos with tons of heavy color.
Yeah, it looks perfect.
These guys are both veterans of 20-plus years. Every single drop of ink counts. They have to take the gloves off and really go at it.
Last minute change, I'm gonna flip it.
I almost put the tattoo on backwards. I'm so nervous. That's a total rookie move.
Because it's always gotta be facing inward.
I need to slow down and focus.
I'm gonna check it while you're standing.
If I mess this up now, I'm not going to the finale.
100% better. Let's jam it down.
Everything we put on the line for this competition comes down to this point. I want to show some dynamics with this tattoo. I want to show some oomph in it.
Looks amazing. I love it.
Check it out. I put my heart into that thing, man.
Clean snake is completely jacked. It has no texture whatsoever. It looks like a used condom on a dagger.
I had to make this one the best one, man.
James and Clean, today you got to call your own shot. One of you will move on to fight for the title of Ink Master, and for one of you, this is the end of the line. It's time to see how you did. Clean, let's start with you.
Technically, very smooth application of color. The skull is the best part of the tattoo. I love the detail in the skull. I love the color in the skull. I love the idea of it upside down. But from a distance, this thing is pretty weird. The dagger is very hidden, and I thought you were gonna be able to do a kick-ass snake drawing.
I think it's a kick-ass snake drawing.
The placement of the eye on this thing is what changes the dynamic of the face. The eye's just floating center part. Slide that eye back a little more and put it where it would go, then it's not as debatable why the head looks so crazy.
It's an artist's rendering.
The body of the snake looks like a limp water balloon folding over everywhere.
Like a fat python.
James. You've done a lot of incredible line work in here. It's so detailed, but it's just hard to read. I stand 4 feet away from this person's leg, and I have no idea what I'm looking at.
I probably should have went just a touch smaller, just so I could pimp out a lot more things, and I think I bit off a lot more than I could chew.
I don't think the size is the problem. I think the complexity of the design is the problem. You compromise your outline in a lot of areas. You compromise your color saturation.
I tried to put everything in the world in it. You know, this was my chance to step up and go all out.
Flower looks great, but what about the color, especially the foo dog itself? When you look at it, does this thing jump off the screen, or do you feel like it's muted like I feel like it's muted?
I didn't want to do like a flat red. I wanted to throw some dimensions and some shading elements into it, and I think it did mute it down.
Both of you are battling against each other, and if you're going up against Clean, you know the color is going to be vibrant, you know, so the battle's on. I mean, there's definitely moments in both tattoos that have highs and lows. That's my judging dilemma.
All right, guys, do we have a decision?
Look, when you have a guy like Dave, who isn't a tattooer, doesn't recognize what it is he's looking at, then that's where the debate occurs. From here to there, all I can see is really bright color to the left, and then I see just maroon to the right.
The judges have decided. Clean. You are headed to the live finale. Congratulations, man.
Hey, God damn it.
James, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
It's incredible to have you here, man. It's always fun to watch you work.
Thank you, guys.
James, please pack your machines and close shop.